What's up, everybody? Super excited for today. Give me a couple seconds. I'm just going to log on so I can see all your comments and so forth, and give other people just a quick minute to also jump on. And let's see here. That looking good on Facebook. And Insta, there we go. What's up, Amizetta? We got Shantae Whitney, what up? Alright, Wino Jerry in the house. Cool. Got Cass in there. Go too. Alright, cool. Well, thank you guys again so much for joining me. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe out there in these unprecedented times with COVID-19. But really excited for today. Beautiful Wednesday. Thanks again for taking the time out. Hope you're having a wonderful day and staying safe again. I've got some super special wineries I want to showcase today and share with you guys. Awesome little producers making some fantastic juice and just some amazing wines. Been wanting to do this for quite some time actually, and kind of reach out to a lot of our guests and friends, and a lot more than what we used to do in just in our tour vehicles and such. So yeah, we got 3 killer wineries. We're going to highlight Square Peg Winery out of Russian River Valley today. Small boutique producer, focuses on dry farmed Pinot Noir, Zinfandel, Chardonnay, and a Rosé. We're going to check out their Rosé, Pinot, and their Zin. And then amazing producer, Amizetta Estate Winery. Some of you may be familiar with them. We've been supporting them for some time, but super passionate about them. Amazing property, one of the best views in the valley. And they started doing some pure varietals of some fun grapes recently. So we're showcasing their Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and their Petit Verdot. And then a newer winery I discovered about 2 years ago, was super excited about, is called Heritage School Vineyards. I was just smitten by the entire estate, property, architecture, view, history, story, and the wines are out of this world. Cabernet house there. We're going to check out delicious Chardonnay they produce, and then 3 single vineyard cabs showcasing the terroir and elevation change on their estate property. Sweet. And everyone can hear now and everything like that? Okay, cool, got it. So much better. Got Katie off screen helping out and moderating as well. And then, sweet, got Stephanie in the house. Sean, good to see you. And we might need to move the cameras closer maybe if people can't keep hearing, but we're going to get started. So, first winery is going to be Square Peg Estates. We're going to start off with our 2018 Rosé. This is a little mix of Pinot Noir and Zinfandel that they grow. And then there's kind of a couple ways to produce Rosé. You can do a Saunier style where you're going to bleed off the juice. It's kind of an afterthought. Still produces a great wine, nice hot summer day sipper. But it's kind of an afterthought. You're going to make like a red wine, suck off some of that juice, so that way what's left in the tank when the grapes and the skins are in there fermenting, it's going to have less volume of juice, and that's going to make that red wine that you're going to produce more inky, more intense. And then you get that little kind of secondary product with a rosé. That's great, but the best way in my opinion is to actually go out and intentionally produce a rosé. And that's what Square Peg does. So they're growing these grapes for rosé. They're picking them early in the season, so it has nice bright acidity. And then just do a light soaking on the skins to give it this color. So Square Peg is a father-son team. It's Brad and Alex Alper. Awesome guys. Both of them host the tastings. First vintage was in 2013. Their winemaker is Bill Nuttall. Famous history for that winemaker as well. Started it at Saintsbury when they first opened their doors. So really familiar with Pinot and Chard. They do 3,000 cases total. This Rosé they do is a 300 case production, retails for $40. Aged in stainless steel tanks and neutral barrels. So really crisp and sharp. And let's check it out. So 2018 vintage again. Nice rose petals, strawberry characteristics. A little like kind of minerality with like some slate. What's up, Kay Harris? Oh, Dad in Italy is staying up late. Hope you're doing well. And about 2 in the morning there. Thanks for checking in. Alan, what's going on? Zach, good to see you guys. Got Brittany on Instagram. How's it going? How's it going? So just really crisp, refreshing, nice hot summertime wine. Hang out by the pool, go out on the porch. These nights in our quarantine when it's kind of heating up, you can definitely just relax with this, even inside. On the palate, just really nice, refreshing acidity. It's bone dry, has some like nice ripe strawberry characteristics, kind of bean cherry, kind of crushed or like muddled pineapple, just really, really refreshing. Lemon zest. Quick finish with this, which is nice. Just again, really refreshing wine. Touch of little tannins, a little firmness on the palate there, but great mouthfeel. Awesome, awesome wine. Highly recommend checking out Square Peg and their Rosé. Really yummy. And then let's move on to their Pinot. So this is what really caught my eye when I first discovered them. So dry farmed Pinot, not super common. They don't irrigate the vines at all. Just Mother Nature, what she gives them is what these vines get to take in. We'll see it with their Zinfandel next. They also do this a little more common with that varietal, but again, Pinot Noir, not super common. This is going to be a 2017 vintage. The ages for 18 months and 35% new oak. And they do about 630 cases of this. And then great color. Yeah, I was really impressed with these guys. Good sweet clove. Kind of allspice, bean cherry, a little rhubarb on the nose. Kind of a ginger spice even. Really, really nice. A little tart cherry, crushed like white pepper, Santa Rosa plum, just really fruit driven, but nice again, acidity integrated in there. Don't taste any alcohol like that, it's very balanced. And yeah, just really nice acidity again, great mouthfeel with this wine. Tannins are really mild, very light, and just really nice long finish on this wine. Yeah, really cool place. Definitely need to check them out next time you guys are around, or if you want to ship any of these wines home. Yeah, really fun. Dry farm Pinot, again, just don't see it that often. Got Amy in there now. What's going on, guys? Allison, say hi and wish Ron a happy birthday. Thanks so much for checking us out today. Steve Patton, got the Pattons in Chicago in the house. What up? That's awesome. Steph drinking some Rosé in Miami. That's a great place for it today. Awesome, just checking everyone out. Hello, hello. So we're going to finish up with Square Peg with their Zinfandel. This is also, again, dry farmed, small production, 250 cases. This retails for $50, 17 vintage. They do 18 months as well, and then 40% new oak on this guy. Alright. Shane Mahler's in from Dallas, what up? Your guys' costumes have been fantastic lately there, Shane. I love the Star Wars one. That was pretty impressive. Curtis Sylvester on the Instagram, what's up? Alright, so great color on this guy again. Russian River just does exceptionally well with Pinot Noir, Zinfandel, Chardonnay. It's going to be close to the coast in Sonoma County, kind of West County heading out to the ocean. Square Peg is actually really cool. They reside in 3 appellations. They're in the Russian River Valley. A part of their vineyard is also in the Sonoma Coast appellation, and then also in the sub-appellation of the sub-appellation of Russian River is the Green Valley. So really cool place. Again, dry farmed on this guy. Get some sweet blackberry cobbler, kind of briarberry, kind of that thorny berry. A little tobacco leaf, plum, kind of wild flowers. Really nice Zin. Not overpowering. I don't get any alcohol burn or anything like that. A lot of people are always curious too of what we're looking at there. 13.9, so pretty low for or reasonable, I should say, for a Zin, especially like Dry Creek above them. You can see some 17s and stuff. That stuff gets like rocket fuel. But really great nose. Getting a little dark fruit with some blackberry, black cherry, kind of granite minerality, Marion or like Loganberry jam. Not overly jammy. Zinfandel's super cool varietal. Used to be really popular in Napa Valley. About 50% of the valley was planted to it back in the day, and then Cab became king. They ripped up all the vines. This varietal is actually native to Croatia. We thought it was American for quite some time. And then it left Croatia, went to Italy. It was actually referred to as Primitivo there. And then went across to Austria, got the name Zinfandel, and then came here to the States. And then this is a really nice balanced Zin. Zin, out of a lot of varietals, has just this massive kind of bandwidth or breadth to it. They can be kind of really soft and gentle. And then all the way going to the extreme, big pepper bombs, fruit jams, just massive kind of swing in those. So a really nice balanced one here. This is one of my favorites. Awesome Zinfandel. And again, you could have a bottle or 2 of this without going the edge versus some of those really high alcohol Zins we're seeing up in Dry Creek. Finish is great on this, medium tannin structure, so not overwhelming. Not punching me in the jaw or anything like that. Balanced acidity as well. Finish is kind of quick to medium finish, not hanging on super long, but still really pleasant, awesome Zin. Just wanted to definitely say thanks to Alex and Brad for sharing their wines with us today and let us share them with you. And super excited when you guys get back out here to take you to go meet Alex and Brad and check out Square Peg. Great producers. Cheers. All right. So next we're going to move on up and we're going to go kind of east and go a little bit more north. We're going to head up into St. Helena area of Napa Valley. We're going to be on the Vaca mountain range. This mountain range was created by volcanoes millennia ago. They collapsed. A lot of volcanic soil. Really hot. It just gets beat with the sun all day long. And the Amizetta property and estate is just gorgeous. They have one of the best views in the valley as well, with a lake effect coming from Lake Hennessy that they look down on, completely unspoiled view. Nicest family. This winery was started by Amizetta and Spencer Clark back in the late 70s, and they have since kind of passed the reins off to their 3 boys, Spencer Jr., Eddie, and Perry. And they've all kind of taken helm, Spencer being kind of the vineyard manager, site manager, Eddie's the winemaker, and then Perry's kind of the GM and kind of overseeing operations and so forth. And this is aged 50% new barrels for 18 months. And then this is one of my most favorite Merlots in all of Napa Valley. They've never made one that I wasn't always blown away with. Just killer Merlot. Really does well in that kind of high altitude. So Amizetta is at the peak of Old Howe Mountain Road, heading up Greenfield Road, and then their property kind of ranges from about 600 to 1,000 feet in elevation. Napa's got some crazy laws back in the 70s. You know, they can't get married, you can't do picnics and so forth. And they also started the Hillside Ordinance in '87, where you're not allowed to plant above a 30% grade. Amizetta's grandfathered in. They have some of the steepest terraced vineyards in Napa Valley. Some of their sections are about a 60% grade. Their pickers have to wear soccer cleats to go access some of these grapes on some of the steepest sections. Awesome. Yes, we love this place too. What else we got here? We got Don coming in from Marshall. What's up?
Hey, Austin.
Mel and Stephanie, how's it going?
I did see Mr. Eagle asked price points on these wines.
Perfect. Yes. So again, square peg, 40 bucks for the Rosé, 65 bucks for the Pinot, and $50 for the Zin. And then the Merlot for Amizetta we're starting at is $50. We're going to move on to their Cab Franc, which goes for $80, and then we're going to finish with their Petit Verdot, which is $75. And then we got Heritage School, their Chard's $58. The first two cabs are going to be $140, and the last cab is going to be $150. But back to Amizetta's Merlot. Awesome, awesome wine again. 60 bucks, 750 cases produced, 18 months in the barrel, 50% new oak. And then this is coming from about 600 feet on their property, but really, really nice. On the nose, I pick up a lot of like blueberry, red currant, kind of some floral notes on this too. It's really nice, little cigar box aroma. Palate, a lot of like fresh blueberries, black cherries, little like sweet cocoa. Really nice Merlot. Tannins are smooth, integrated really well. The Eddie, the winemaker here, awesome guy, love him to death. He's just all giggles every time I talk to him. He's so funny and just really enjoys life and is always laughing and having a wonderful time. But he does these awesome pump overs at the winery where when you're going to produce some wine, you're going to pick the grapes, crush the grapes, throw that juice into a tank, and throw those skins in there with it to let it soak, kind of like you're steeping a cup of tea. Old school way was you ran a hose up to the top and you pumped over the juice from the bottom. You did that about 3 times a day, trying to get through all your different tanks and so forth. Lot of manual labor involved in this, and that was kind of the norm. Really, really small places can do what's called punch downs. You have a stick with a disc on the bottom of it, and you're literally just kind of pushing the grape skins down into the juice from the top, almost like doing like a French press of coffee. They have an awesome setup at Amizetta where these automated pumps, they can set up the hoses. They only have enough tanks for their estate and for each of the different grapes that come off of the property. And they can set it on their smartphone to how many times a day. They could do it, you know, once an hour, 3 times an hour, 24 hours a day doing these pump overs. So 2018 vintage. This is a young wine, but again, really approachable. You can drink this today. Really, really smooth. Absolutely love this wine. Medium tannins again on this, and a nice lingering finish. Really good wine. So Cab Franc. Moving on, really fun varietal here as well. This is a $80 a bottle again, 2017 vintage, 600 cases produced. This spends 20 months in oak, 70% new French oak on that. This is about the 700 to 800 foot elevation range. Cab Franc becoming very trendy, becoming very, very popular, I should say. Gaining a lot of traction. It recently surpassed Cabernet Sauvignon price per ton in Napa Valley because there's not a lot of it and it's highly sought after now. This is the father to Cabernet Sauvignon. This got married to the white wine Sauvignon Blanc. They got married, had a baby, Cabernet Sauvignon, that's where it gets its name. Cabernet from Cab Franc, Sauvignon from Sauvignon Blanc. And children, we're always trying to outshine our parents and be bigger and greater and better than they are. So Cab Sauv, definitely the big dog in the house. He's bigger than his old man. And so Cab Franc, a little bit softer, a little bit more mellow. Still a full-bodied wine, still heavier than Merlot, but not as big as Cabernet Sauvignon. Usually a blended grape. This is usually blended in with Cab and with Merlot. You're going to do a right bank or a left bank blend. But again, with the right conditions, a lot of sun, this wine can do really, really well. If it's picked underripe or in cool climate areas, you'll get a lot of vegetal characteristics off of it. some kind of jalapeno, bell pepper. But again, if it's warm enough and gets to ripen all the way, they can be absolutely beautiful and don't showcase any of those. Nice, nice. Nice checking in. Who else? What's up, Katie Wall from Birmingham? We got Jamie in the house. Got the Forsters in the house. Hey, hey. What's up, Perky? Dan Gaber from A&A in the house. What's up? Nick from Premier Napa Tours. Thanks for joining. We got Harry and Callie from Trace Perlos. Thanks for joining, guys. Hey, Michelle. So really nice floral notes on this wine as well. Kind of jasmine characteristics. Blackberry, plum, a little sweet vanilla on the nose. Really nice. Not biased. This is one of my personal favorites they're making right now. It's really freaking good. That's great. Kind of these chalky kind of grape tannins coming through. Not overpowering by any sense, but yeah, just kind of a little like fading in and out with kind of chalkiness to them. Getting a lot of like nice berry, huckleberry on this one. A little hint of like white pepper. Really, really nice. Great wine. Super nice finish, and the mouthfeel, and it just really just coats the entire palate. A little hint of dark chocolate, kind of cocoa on this guy, but just really, really approachable. Again, those extended fermentations, really just kind of slow, almost like barbecuing in the South, and just taking their time with the wine. But yeah, really approachable. 2017, great vintage. Same with all the 18s we're checking out. Obviously, there was a fire at the end of that year. People were kind of freaking out. If you got your wines in before, they were stunning. We had a phenomenal year. It was the year our oldest was born. I'm a little biased to it as well. But yeah, phenomenal wine. Probably just back-to-back Super Bowl championships. Fantastic. Thanks for the Cal Frog. Right. Moving on, we're going to check out their 2018 Petit Verdot. This is $75 a bottle. 600 cases produced. This goes 20 months in the barrel with 75% new French oak. And this is coming up kind of in the middle of the 600 to 650 foot elevation of their property. They also do some stunning Cabernet Sauvignon that's coming from the upper regions. Highly recommend checking out their cab as well. Killer producer. And then Petit Verdot, not common. Hard to find out there for sure. There's out of the 800 wineries, maybe like 50 to 60 of them grow or produce this varietal as a standalone. It's usually added in again to those Bordeaux blends to kind of stiffen them up, add a little backbone, intensify the color. I always refer to this guy as kind of Black Death in a glass, but beautiful Black Death. It's amazing. But it is inky, dark, has intense color. So again, a lot of time you can even add like 1 or 2% of this and do like a cab and just kind of stiffen it up, give it some backbone, and kind of really make that wine color just a little bit more intense and purple. But wonderful wine. Some nice ripe boysenberry on this guy. Little black cherry. Kind of some baking spices, nutmeg, little cocoa powder. This is great. Being cherry on the palate, just really, really bright. Kind of a little red and dark fruit, kind of a nice mix on this guy. Definitely black cherry, blackberry as well. Nice minerality. Yeah, kind of get some graphite. Really yummy. Definitely bigger tannins on this guy, again, as I talked about. They add this to kind of stiffen up those Bordeaux blends. It's definitely not mild. Pair this with some nice red meat, you know, do a big cut of like a porterhouse, good ribeye off the grill, something really fatty, maybe some nice lamb to go with it would be really, really good. But balanced acidity, kind kind of chalky tannins, kind of similar to the Cab Franc as well, I'd say, on the back end. Super long finish. This is just hanging on the palate. I can still taste this guy. And yeah, awesome wine. So that's Amizetta. Again, highly recommend checking them out next time you guys come out. Amazing, amazing family, nicest people in the world, salt of the earth. I love all the boys. Georgia up there is amazing. Connor, Roscoe, you guys kill it. And thanks for always taking care of our guests. And Eddie, man, thanks for making such great wines. We're really, really passionate about everything you guys do up there. All right, we're going to move on to the Heritage School Vineyards. These guys are located up in the north in Calistoga. Amazing, amazing property as well. John Johnson, what's up? Chris, how you doing, bud? Good to see you on there. Christy Devine, holler. Kelsey, we got the Fortunatos in the house. Hey, hey. This is great. Checking in, saying hi. Sam, miss you, Mrs. Farrington. Been too long. All right. So Heritage School, super small producer. They do 1,000 cases total. They do 4 or 5 different cabs, 4 state cabs, a blend, and I think they just released a new one. And then they also do a Chardonnay, super small production, 75 cases. That's 3 barrels, and awesome, awesome wine. This is David and Linda Jenkins, who are the founders and proprietors of the winery. 2014 was their first vintage. It was already a previous vineyard on site, so the vines were established and doing really well when they began. Thomas Rivers Brown is the winemaker, super famous winemaker, consults for a lot of different properties into making his own amazing wines. Huge fan of his different producers that he consults for. Really, really passionate about the cabs and so forth that he produces. Heritage School, rich history, started back in the 80s as a boarding school for boys. A little troublemaker burned it all to the ground. Some other people bought it, planted some vines, and then again David and Linda took it over and started the first vintage in 14. Their daughter Casey is heavily involved. What's up, Casey? Hope you're doing well. Thanks again for sharing your great wines. And they named all the wines after their 4 daughters. God bless you, David. That's a lot. I've got 2 boys and 4 daughters. Good luck. But you're almost through it. So their Chardonnay is absolutely beautiful. 2018 vintage. This goes for $58. This was aged in stainless steel tanks and neutral barrels, so it's not a malolactic bomb. It's not an oak bomb. 2x4 stick of butter. Sorry for those of you who enjoy that. But really, really balanced. Got wonderful like honeysuckle, kind of white peach, melon on the nose. Just beautiful. Jack Burry, what's up, my man? Thanks so much for joining us. Callie, thanks so much for joining us as well. Nice, yes, Michelle Eagle TRP is very, very good. Steve, how you doing from Saltino Glass? Nice. So yeah, really just nice bright acidity, just wonderful nose, very, very clean. I really like the Chardonnay. I was just smitten by this when we discovered this last month on this vintage. This has a really nice bright acidity, kind of a like crisp Granny Smith apple here, papaya, lime, just really, really nice. But just really refreshing. Again, great mouthfeel. Aging in those neutral barrels is still going to give it kind of a vivaciousness, a little bit more of a nice mouthfeel without going over that edge with the 2x4 kind of stick of butter approach. So still has a weight, a nice balance to it. If you think of like milk, there's fat-free, 2% whole milk. Still has a nice mouthfeel, kind of that 2% range, but again, not like an oak bomb or anything like that. But a wonderful palate. Medium finish and body, again, a really nice mouthfeel. Again, not oaky, and just nice and refreshing. You could drink this in the evening, you know, pair it with a nice grilled chicken breast, get like a nice arugula salad going, or you could just go take it out on the pool, have a hot summer day sipper, get some oysters on the half shell, and you'd be good to go. That's fantastic, thank you. All right, now we're going to move on to kind of three powerhouse cabs, really showcasing the terroir of their estate here. So what makes wine special, being like people and music and architecture and cuisine and literature, it has an identity and it has a sense of place, even if those are separated by football fields, across the highway, a mile up the road, what have you. And the goal of that winemaker is to showcase that sense of identity, that sense of place. So one property, but kind of 3 blocks within their vineyard, different elevations. We're going to go from 600 feet up to 800 feet, and then, I'm sorry, 500 feet, 600 feet, and 900 feet, excuse me. And then each one's night and day, get a little more alluvial clay, kind of sandy soils, with the first one, and the other two a little higher up. We're going to get into kind of that volcanic ash, compressed tufa soil. So this is Julie's Creekside 2016. They did not make a 2017 for this wine. It was not picked in time before the fires came, and instead of trying to manipulate it or do whatever, dump it, get rid of it, and not make an inferior wine. Was always blown away by this place, and the property is, again, gorgeous. All these little schoolhouses around, great view. Architecture of the main house is a Howard Bacon property, and then just really, really amazing wines. This goes for $140 retail. It's 265 case production, 20 months, and 80% new French oak, and again at 500 feet elevation. Nice, Roger Hyten, thanks so much for joining. Got to give a shout out to you, my good man, for recommending I finally frickin' do this. Thanks so much for getting on my heels. Much obliged. Good to see you on here. Stacy, Aunt Stacy, good to see you. Kay Harris, how you doing? That's great. Sadie, good to see you as well. Getting on there. Oh, it's getting a little blurry. Sorry, might be.
All right, I'm gonna try something over here.
Might be lagging. Katie's gonna assist. Hang on the Instagram side. Facebook Live still looking good, everyone? Not blurry on that side?
Let us know if it's any better.
Nice. We're going to keep going. Great, perfect. Amizetta's on there. Great. Thanks, guys. Sam Social Club, good to see you, Kyle. We got Nana and Papa on there now. Holla. Okay, so blueberry, blackcurrant, some baking spices, kind of cinnamon, kind of graham cracker crumbles, a little eucalyptus on this guy. Just really yummy. This wine's tasting so good right now. Kind of some mix of red fruits, cranberry, pomegranate, kind of red currant, kind of blackberry pie. Just really, really yummy here. That wine's fantastic. Mild tannins on this, definitely grape tannins hitting you on the front of the palate up there, making me pucker a little bit. But great mouthfeel, awesome finish. This just really hangs, just lingers there. I can still taste this guy. A lot of rich, kind of those berries again I was talking about, just hanging on there. Awesome wine. So that's Julie's Creekside. This is going to be the lower part of their vineyard. They have a little lake, ginormous pond, whatever you want to call it, on their property. This is before that, so it gets a little lake effect. They're in this awesome little canyon at Heritage School. Gets this really nice afternoon breeze that comes through the day, cools it down, even compared to the town of Calistoga, just like a mile away. Calistoga gets really, really hot, as some of you know. In the peak of summer, it can be 20 degrees warmer than the city of Napa or the Carneros district. But the afternoon breeze that comes in here really cools the area down, kicks up the acid, kicks up the tannin structure, and they get all that heat, obviously, the rest of the day to kick up the fruit characteristics. Awesome wines. I really, really like this one right now. Alright. So next, moving on to Casey's Lakeside, 2017, so moving up a vintage. $140 as well, 240 case production. This guy also does 20 months in the barrel and 80% new oak, and then the elevation on this guy is about 600 feet. And again, moving up into that different soil type, so a little bit more of that volcanic ash. Really nice. Alright. Mike Rizagora, good to see you, sir. Nice. Mr. Trusello, good to see you out there in Pennsylvania. Sierra, thanks for joining. Got the Drinoviches in the house, nice. It's got some really good like anise on the nose, kind of sweet tobacco leaf. Even like a little like roasted poblano or kind of roasted tomato. Not herbaceous at any sense, but yeah, really nice kind of smoky characteristic. That's nice. Chicory spice, kind of like coffee characteristic as well. Really good. Palate getting a lot of dark plum. Definitely the baking spices again are showcasing here. Kind of 5-spice, allspice baking spice, little dark chocolate, black currants coming through. Again, great tannin structure. Opened up all of these guys this morning around 10 and ran through them while my palate was super fresh. And they've just put the cork back in, but that little bit of air has really done well. Bold tannins on this guy. This is again like a nice full-bodied wine. Definitely do this with something off the grill. Good bolognese sauce would be really, really good with this. Kind of that wild boar would be awesome. Integrated acidity though, mouthfeel again awesome, and again long finish, kind of a tradition I feel with Thomas's hand here on these wines. Just big, rich, really, really, really yummy. And then thanks again, Casey. Your wine is always fantastic. Alright, now we're going to move up to the highest part of their vineyard. It's about 900 feet up in elevation, also 2017. This is Missiaen's Hillside, 280 case production, $150, 20 months in the barrel, and they do 85% of new French oak on this guy. Dom, what's going on? Miss Poole, thanks so much for joining, Elizabeth. All right. Really nice cassis, dark chocolate on the aroma here. Black pepper, a little like horse saddle leather. Oh, just really a lot of layers on this guy. A lot of the dark berries on this, blueberry, black cherry, blackberry, ton of dark fruit. Pick up a little sweet cocoa again, really nice spice, just little little clove. And again, great tannin structure on all of these wines. Can definitely lay these down. Has the acidity to match it. Easily go 10, 15 years with these guys, no problems. But again, ready to drink tonight. Gave them even a year or two more. Those tannins will soften out just a touch and just be amazing. But amazing wines right now. Tannins in this guy just velvety smooth, really, really nice. Again, super long finish. Again, as I was saying, just huge tradition, I think, with this estate and the terroir that you get and the fruit that comes off of this property. So Heritage School, awesome place. Amizetta, love them to death. Square Peg, fantastic. Yeah, definitely places to put on your list to check out, places to put on your list for wines to order and ship. We do have some awesome club pricing on all these for you guys. If you want to send something home or check them out, reach out, let me know. We'd love to put together some stuff for you from the wineries themselves. But awesome places. Really want to say thank you guys again so much for taking the time with me today. This has been a huge passion of mine and something, again, I've been wanting to do for a while. Going to try to do this weekly or at least bi-weekly. I'll keep you posted on the next one. And again, really want to say thanks so much to Square Peg, Amizetta, and Heritage School for supporting us, taking care of our great guests, and again, supporting us on this new mission while we're all enjoying family time at home. If you have any thoughts on anything, things we could do differently, things I could change, some format, maybe look into better internet, as some of you might have been a little blurry, sorry about that. We'll post this on YouTube again, as I said, later on for those that missed it, and have maybe a more continuous and not as blurry feed if there were some issues. But thanks again, Kim Prince. Good to see you, Eric Olson. Thanks so much for joining. Love you guys, Mel, Don. Thank you guys, and everyone else. It's been awesome. Cheers. Have a great day. Stay safe. Hug your loved ones and wash your hands.